All right, Sistas fans. So, around yesterday evening, I got some more character descriptions for Sistas Season 5. And man, just when I thought things couldn't get crazier, seems like every sister is going to have something big going down. At this point, I don't believe I know about anything that Andy's involved in yet. But when it comes to Danny specifically, she's going to get wrapped up in some mess. We have some more characters introduced who will be involved with the Maurice and Sabrina storyline. But to get to the point, this from Actors Access and other websites. Thankfully, not congratulations, but thank you to the many people who supplied me with this information. And remember, this is open to the public, so I don't feel, any sort of way about talking about it. So I believe that the filming for season 5, based on this information, takes place between March 21st, which was last Monday, and April 4th. So they may be finished up with filming for Sistas around next Monday. But again, these are kind of like tentative dates, so who knows. But regardless, this is indeed about Sistas Season 5. So there are 12 characters total, 4 of which I spoke about in a video a couple of days ago. Let me get it. It was the manager, Lyle, who was the other one? Marie and Officer Simpson. So technically, I'm giving you 8 more characters, but some of the 4 characters I spoke about are actually connected to some of the newer ones, so I might, talk about them again. So, and then another one, somebody sent me Jake, but Jake, that was something I did a video on last night. So the video are Jake and Zach More Than Friends. I highly recommend you watch that video, because if you look at the title and think, no, they're not, they're just friends, look at the video. There's some interesting information you need to check out there. So without further ado, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And hit the bell icon and select all. That way you do not miss out whenever I post content on the channel. Alright, so let's talk about the Danny storyline first, because there are a couple of characters who I'm quite surprised are added to the mix, because of the fact that it kind of lets me know that Danny might not actually get with anybody by the end of this season we're currently in. So Julie, a female, open ethnicity, who's in their 40s. She's a passenger with Higher Airlines. And look, to be honest, I don't even recall if I ever remember hearing the name of the airport or airline that Danny and Zach used to work at. Julie shows up at the counter with her husband, Jonah. I will talk about him after Julie. She's in a foul, and it's all caps, she's in a foul mood, impossible to please, cursing, radically aggressive, and insulting. She is so extremely unpleasant that Danny wrongfully assumes that she's drunk. In fact, she's worried about her son, who broke his leg, I'm guessing at camp instead of on camp, and just needs to vent all her emotions in the wrong direction. Alright, so let's go over to Jonah. Male, black, 30s. Jonah is 38, but looks younger. He is a passenger that Danny checks in at the airport. He is good looking, confident, forward, and successful. When he meets Danny at the airport, he's with his disrespectful baby mama, Julia. Despite this, he and Danny have a connection and eventually try to date. This ends in a violent altercation between them when Danny insults him in the bedroom, and we see a completely different side of him emerge. Recurring character, this role contains nudity and simulated sex scenes. So we might see Danny in a somewhat abusive, I don't even want to say abusive relationship, because it really depends on if they continue to see each other after the violent altercation in the bedroom. So Wow. And I'm not saying Danny deserves it. No, I'm not even going to say that. Some people probably read that and like, yeah, that's what she get for, losing a good guy like Preston. Well, I'm just saying this is some serious stuff because of the fact that I wonder what it's going to look like to Danny, because we all know Danny as this strong character, but I don't believe we've seen a male get physical with her. Preston's brothers tried to like threaten her, but then, she ran him over with a cart. When it comes to these two in the bedroom, Danny probably, I don't know, insults him in the bedroom. So she probably, in true Danny fashion, maybe makes fun of his size or how long it took for him to, climax, that kind of thing. And I don't know. This is crazy. I mean, let's be real here. The fact that you see Jonah having an aggressive baby mama just raises a lot of red flags, but you still decide to pursue a relationship with him. But I do believe, Preston will be in season 5, but I wonder if he's going to have like a reduced role, if this Jonah character is going to have a recurring role. And, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, it looks like Danny's going to get into a situation that I wonder how she's going to get out of. But, wow. Let's move on to the next one. So, I'm going to talk about characters linked to the Sabrina and Maurice storyline. And a couple days ago, I already talked about Officer Simpson, so I'm going to briefly just read over it. 40s, open ethnicity, male or female. This police officer has arrested Sabrina, and Officer Simpson is not in the mood for anything but silent subservience. Impatient, possibly tired, this officer has zero tolerance for backtalk and is ready to have Sabrina's hair extensions cut right off her head as part of the prisoner intake process. So, yet again, if you want like a full breakdown, I talked about it in my other video, like Sabrina and Maurice go to jail. Zach and Aaron get into another fight. Now, John Williams is the new listing here. And please check this one out. Male, white, early to mid 30s. He is the prosecutor handling Sabrina and Maurice's case. So whatever they got arrested for, it was probably linked to the same thing. And my guess is it's Q related. There are those who think it has something to do with bio, which it could be. It could either be bio or it could either be Q related. But regardless, they both go into jail. He is handsome, arrogant, petty, and vindictive. A real shark in the water. He is holding a grudge against Sabrina because, now it says Angie, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be Andy. Andy was his wife's divorce lawyer, and he blames Andy and company for his loss. He's made it his mission to make sure Sabrina is found guilty. So it looks like John Williams has a chip on his shoulder because he and his ex-wife, or wife at the time, got a divorce. Andy represented his wife and literally took a lot because, remember, Andy's pretty good at her job. Don't let the foolishness with Gary fool you. And as a result, it looks like John Williams is going to be pissed off at anyone associated with Andy, her friends included. Now, how and why John would know about Sabrina being friends with Andy. Some people have been going way back to season 1. Remember when Sabrina did that money transfer to Andy's account without going through the proper protocol, and she almost lost her job at the beginning of season 2 because of it? Maybe this is I don't know. There's just so many layers to this, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's all I got. All I know is when your legal advisor is working against you, you are at a major disadvantage. So we might see Sabrina and Maurice in jail for quite a while. I mean, kind of like Kyle on the Oval, the fact that he was locked up in that cell for a good chunk of season 3. I wonder what's going to happen with that. Now, also in my previous video, I already talked about this character a bit. Lyle, 20s to 30s, black male. He's Maurice's cellmate. Lyle tries to start a conversation with him, but is disappointed when Maurice doesn't want to talk. Lonely from being locked up for a year, Lyle explains that he can't make bail and that the prosecutors want him to testify against another friend, but Lyle refuses to do it. Not much to say here other than the fact that it's probably Q related. Seriously, probably is. Now, interestingly enough, Herman was a name that was in my last video, but the screenshot that I received was cut off, so I only saw Herman but not the description. But check out this description. Herman, 40s, open ethnicity, male. Herman is an airport supervisor who is showing Q the ropes of his new job. So it's quite possible that Q meets Danny. And, you know, remember, since Zach left, it's possible Q might be taking his old job. You know, I guess you could say being like a luggage handler, somebody who helps out, you know, customers get from one part of the airport to another on this little buggy. There's a lot that, this is crazy. So while Q is learning about his new job, Sabrina and Maurice are in jail. Look, I don't think I've seen Anthony Dalton, aka Calvin, at Tyler Perry Studios. So I don't know if Calvin is in season. Wait a minute, I think I do remember him. I know KJ and a few other casts like posted, like, you know, not a party, but stories where they're out at night. So Calvin might still be in the season, but my thing is, where is Q living at? I mean, since Maurice got arrested, is he just chilling at the apartment with Calvin? I don't know. But just think of it this way. Q snitched on his friend so he'd get out of jail. Then he probably and I'm not going to say he probably put Maurice in a situation, because like I've been saying since the beginning of season 3 or season 4, Maurice, the moment Q said, I put down your address as my residency while I'm wearing my shock collar or tracer, that's ankle bracelet. That's when Maurice should have called the cops, let them know what was going on, and cleared the situation up. So I really do feel like Maurice put himself in this. It's just I don't know. There's no way I could look, you know, turn my head to the side and be like, oh no, he didn't know. No, he knew what he was doing. Just entertaining the thought of Q, and look at him. Him and Sabrina got into this mess. So yeah, Q's going to be enjoying the perks of getting a new job, and Maurice and Sabrina are locked up. Crazy. All right, now the next set of characters here are in relation to Fatima and Zach. Now, Tamara, who I believe was a character we got information on in my video where I did the Zatima characters who will be introduced in season 1 of Zatima on BET Plus. Okay, I looked it up. No, that was actually another character named Kelly. My bad. All right. So Tamara is a female, black, late 20s to early 30s, incredibly beautiful, sexy, and a little hood. Tamara is hired by Fatima to make another lawyer at the firm fall in love with her. She poses as a prospective client of the law firm. Huh? She is confident that she can have him eating out of the palm of her hand in a week. This is a guest role, possible reoccurring. This role contains nudity and simulated sex scenes. This begs a lot of questions. So number one, is this lawyer that she's trying to make eat out of the palm of her hands white? Now, the reason I bring that up is because it's been established that at the law firm, there are only 4 black people, technically 5 if you count Robin. You have Andy, Fatima, Hayden, and if you don't watch Bruh, you don't know this character, but his name is Mike, who was only mentioned once in Sistas at the beginning of season 2, right before Hayden was introduced. So, could we get a Mike cameo? Or is this just some white dude that she's falling in love with? Also, does Fatima have the authority to hire anyone? I know that she is Andy's secretary, like assistant, if you will, but is she allowed to hire someone to be her assistant? I really don't know how exactly that's going to work. So, yeah, there we go. All right, next character is Marie, which, again, I've talked about that in my other video. 30s, open ethnicity female. This sexy young lady is Deja's friend who is with her in the gym. When Fatima gets into a fight with Deja in the locker room, slamming her hand in a locker, Marie runs to get help. Now, I will look it up, and Deja, this is from the Zatima character listings. Deja, female, black, late 20s to 30s, so it looks like her and Marie are around the same age range. A beautiful young woman that is so impressed by Zach's duplex, she wants to rent it on the spot. She gives him all her credit info and is ready to write him whatever checks he requires. She's single and remarks that she's glad that there's such a strong man who will be living right next door. A comment that hints at trouble down the line. As we learn, she's a nail technician by day and a high-class stripper by night. Recurring roles. And that's in Zatima. But yeah, Deja is definitely going to appear in season 5. Okay. Next up is Lori. Well, actually, let me talk about Joey first. Male, 30s, black. He knocks on Zach and Fatima's door. Again, showcasing that in season 5, Zach and Fatima will be living together, which kind of goes hand in hand with my theory that, yeah, it definitely seems that Zatima, the series, should take place between the events of Sistas season 4 and Sistas season 5. Okay. He knocks on Zach and Fatima's door looking for Fatima, but is greeted by Zach, who tells him Fatima isn't there. When Joey tries to leave, Zach insists that Joey tells him who he is. Now, I don't believe I've ever seen information on this character in Zatima yet, but perhaps Joey is related to Fatima. Perhaps Joey is, in relation to Deja. The fact that Fatima got into a fight with her, so it's like, yo, where's she at? She hurt my girl. I don't know, but only time will tell. All right, so Lori, 30s to 40s, open ethnicity, a female. This family law attorney meets with Zach on short notice as a favor to her friend Bryce, who I don't believe I've seen information on before. She's sympathetic to Zach's situation, but doesn't hold back when she gives him the worst case scenario about his current sticky situation, and it's dire. Family law attorney, so this has me thinking this is definitely in relation to this Heather Lee Jennings, and the fact that if it's season 5 we're talking about here, and it is, I think it is safe to assume this 3-year-old boy is Zach's son. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's pretty much what's going on here. Now, I looked it up because, family law attorney, I just wanted to kind of get more in-depth intel on this. And, man. Okay, so as the term, and I just Googled and looked at a couple websites because I'm like, okay, I'm instantly thinking child support, but here we go. Family lawyers focus on issues that have an impact on families, such as divorce proceedings, which I don't think is in relation to Zach. Adoptions, again, I don't think that's in relation to Zach. And I think this is the one that I really feel is probably the situation here. Child custody. Now, when a couple separates, one of the most difficult issues to handle has to be children. Couples need to agree on how to take care of the child that they have had together in the new arrangement. Custody is defined by an agreement in which both parents have to live with the terms in the agreement. A competent family lawyer can help parents that are parting ways to draft such an agreement that both parties have to live by. A competent lawyer can help the parents that are parting ways to draft such an agreement, and they can also help parents in amending child custody agreements if need be. So I could be wrong, but I'm thinking this is possibly child support situation. Maybe, I don't know. But let me just put it this way: that the last part of Lori's description is pretty intense. Despite being sympathetic to Zach's situation, she doesn't hold back when she gives him the worst case scenario about his current sticky situation, and it's dire. So, again, I'm assuming this is in relation to Heather Lee Jennings and the 3-year-old boy. But on the flip side, what if he is the father of Karen's unborn child, and there's a lot of drama behind that? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But like I always say, we really won't know until we get to the actual episode. So again, thanks so much for sticking in this far into the video. Don't worry, we only have 2 characters left. Now, the manager, I've already talked about him in my other video in relation to Zach and Aaron's fight. 30s to 40-year-old, either male or female, all ethnicities for the role welcome. The manager is the manager of the Steam Plant restaurant, telling a fighting Zach and Aaron that they're calling the cop. Later, when the fight is over, the manager tries to clean up. Meeting Gary, the manager tells him it will be a moment before a table's ready. Now, I don't think Zach and Aaron will get arrested. It's well, then again, this does remind me of when Randall and Brad got into a fight at a restaurant and If Loving You Was Wrong, and they both got arrested. I think, man, that was such a long time. Didn't Randall interrupt a date between Brad and Marcy? Yeah, that was such a long time ago, guys. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if they get arrested. Like I said, Lori seems to be talking about something completely different than getting arrested for a restaurant fight. So there's that. Okay. Last character, and this is the interesting one. Jennifer, 20s to 30s, year olds. All ethnicities female. Now, check this out. First seen quarreling furiously with Aaron, Jennifer behaves in several ways like a current girlfriend who is livid because she now knows that Aaron is a cheater. Aaron insists to Karen after Jennifer has stalked off, still in a state of rage, which kind of reminds me of Julie, 2 women with attitudes. Okay. Aaron insists to Karen that she is a common garden variety stalker, but is he telling the truth? So it begs the question of, is Aaron a cheater? Look, let me just throw this out there. Remember back when Aaron was first introduced, and we know that he was married to a woman named Fawn, who he was on the verge of getting a divorce with, and he did get said divorce. Things weren't going well in his marriage because of his wife being a cheater. Now, do you think that, Aaron finally had enough of Karen? Like, you know what? She's never going to love me the way I love her. The baby isn't mine, so I'm just going to decide to move on to the next woman. And as a result, this Jennifer person starts popping up. But then again, he did say common garden variety stalker, and she's not mentioned to be like a recurring character or a guest star. So I just feel like it's one of those situations where this Jennifer might start pulling a Fawn, or vice versa, where it might be Karen, who's always popping up whenever Aaron is somewhere or something along those lines. Or maybe Karen talks to Jennifer or Jennifer talks to Karen. I don't know. But Aaron might not be the cookie cutter guy he seems to be, which honestly I'm not surprised by. I'm just surprised that it'll take us until season 5 to get any information like this. So yeah, how do you like that, Karen? Yeah, I mean, the guy that you chose over Zach, just saying. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if there is any information that comes down the pipeline aside from what I provided you with in this video, I'll be more than happy to do a follow-up video on this. But yeah, I don't know. This could be all the characters that will be introduced in season 5, because hell, remember season 4 is introducing 22, so some of those characters might spill over to season 5. Hence why this video only had 12 instead of 15 or above. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, as I mentioned way earlier in the video, if you come across any information, feel free to send it my way on Instagram, Twitter. Links to my social media are in the description box below. Hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe. Thanks so much, because I woke up this morning and I'm like, whoa. The channel hit 46 million views this morning. So thank you for that. We are close to 50 and I couldn't be happier. Hit that bell icon and select all. That way you're notified when I post content and you don't miss out. Seriously, even though some of the heavy hitter shows are off the air for a little while, I still got shows I need to review and other things to talk about. And there we go. That's all I have for the video. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.